A one-way mirror is actually glass with a thin coat of metal. Half of the light passes through, while the other half is reflected. This occurs in both directions. That's right. So, if that's the case, how is the one-way effect achieved if light from both directions is transmitted equally? Very little light from the dimly lit side reaches the mirror, while a lot of light from the brightly lit side reaches. So a lot of light reflects back from the brightly lit side, and a lot of light travels through. While from the dimly lit side, little light passes through, and little light reflects back. Now, let's compare the light from both sides to see how the one-way effect is created. On the brightly lit side, a lot of reflected light is much greater than the small amount of light from the dim side. On the dim side, light from the brightly lit side is much greater than light reflected back. So let's see this in action. In movies, the setup is always the same, with the toughened criminal on one side, who won't confess in the interrogation. This cop is armed with the tools of the trade, a notebook, a coffee mug, and a donut. All right, scratch the donut. Therefore, he gets a lot of light coming from his own side, and all he can see is his own image. Meanwhile, there's barely any light in the police officer's room. This is where reality differs from the movies. While in the movies, both sides are equally lit. In reality, the police officer in this dimly lit room is watching closely. Because the officer is in a dimly lit room, very little light bouncing off of him hits the mirror, and so very little light from that room reflects back, while much more light is transmitted from the criminal side. The police officer can see the criminal clearly, while the criminal is unaware that the officer is watching him. Since the officer can clearly see the criminal, he's able to observe him and determine that he is innocent. This allows him to pursue other leads.